Let's learn how we can really easily create a lighthouse in Blender using the plugin that is already shipped with Blender. We just need to enable it, going to Edit, Preferences, and Add-ons. Also, using the same technique, we can create any kind of brick/stone wall and also a castle or anything that is related to this technique. You will see it's really fun and easy. By the way, I'm in Blender 4.2, so the things changed a little bit. Some add-ons, some plugins are not on add-ons tab, which was previous case in Blender 4.1 and before. Now you can find some add-ons that are missing in Get Add-ons tab, so like Bool Tool or ANT Landscape and so on and so forth. Just a short digression. So if you are missing some add-ons, go here and find something like a Bool Tool or whatever, and you will see the install button. Just click that and you will have it. Okay, so this add-on for the lighthouse, etc., is right here. You just need to type extra, and it's called extra mesh objects. Just enable it, go to preferences and save preferences, and you will have it. Okay, so now how to use it. First I will press A and just delete, and I want to delete everything I don't need it. I need an empty scene, so go to the mesh, Shift A, mesh, extras, and wall factory. We will create some walls. By the way, here you can see what I'm pressing on my keyboard and my mouse gestures. Perfect. So this is our wall for today. This is how it looks. This is a default with one cool window. And by the way, you already guess what you can do with this. Really cool shape, some kind of castle wall. In order to see everything better, I will go right here and enable cavity, and maybe for both, and increase a little bit this, and maybe shadows. Okay, perfect. So in the bottom left corner, we have the options for the wall. And we can do a lot of things. We can change the position, start or end of the wall. So let's unzoom. The end is basically how the wall is long. So let's go with the 30. Also, we can go the top and the bottom part here. Bottom and top. Let's go here with the 0, and let's go here with the 30 also. I don't know, to make it a little bit like square. Also, the ending is these things that are overlapping, and you will see why this is important. If you don't want that, you can always go with 0, and you have a perfectly straight wall for a bunch of cool projects. So I will go with 0.6, which is default here. And also then the block size, so the size of these like bricks or stones, you can do with that. So change, see the width or the I don't know, the variance, etc. I will go with 1.5, which is default. I really like. So the variance we can change here, maybe something like this, and also the minimum size of the brick and so on and so forth. The height of the bricks, as you can see, whatever you find cool, you can experiment with a lot of these settings. Also the depth. The depth is cool thing because that dictates the depth of the wall. You can make it really thin or really thick, whatever you want. So I will go with something like this for our project, maybe 1.5. Okay, and then the variance. The variance is cool. If you press 0, you will have really flat wall, and for some cases this is cool. But for my situation here, I can go with the variance a little bit different, so I have some kind of relief on the wall, so like tridimensionality, not just a flat wall. And I will go just a subtle, because I want to create some kind of lighthouse that is made out of these kind of old bricks or stones, something like that. You can see we have some kind of depth here, and that's cool. Also, let's see about the height of these bricks. Yeah, maybe like this. Maybe I like this. Okay, so now we have this grout, so we have the thickness of that, you can see. And by changing this thickness, we can make more or less like holes between the bricks. Like we are missing the mortar here to glue everything together. We can make it by just adding some plane behind, and that's it. But we can also go with the thickness 0 and like that, and we have no space, but I don't like 0, so maybe a little bit like this, and we have some kind of space right there, maybe a little bit more. This is a personal preference. I will show later how you can fix this small holes there, but for now let's go like this, maybe a little bit even more like that. Okay, and then we have also the depth of the grout. So let's see. and a lot of these settings that you can later change however you want. Then we have something really cool. We have the radial type of the wall. We can create some cool things like that. Also openings. I will cancel this because it's much better like that. You can make it like this or like this, like really cool, I don't know, roof from half of the sphere or something like that made out of bricks. There are a bunch of creative usages for this, so you can maybe do something like this and so on and so forth, but I just want to go with the wall. Oops. And now we have an issue. So basically when you go outside of these settings, I don't know how to bring it back. The only way how I know is to just delete everything, go to mesh extras. If you know the way how to bring this back, let me know down there in the comments. That's amazing. Go to wall settings. You will have all the same settings already preserved, so don't worry about that. Also, now let's go to the openings. We have the window. We can adjust the width and the height of the window, so however we want. Also, we can go with to move the window. I'll go somewhere in the middle like that. Also in the middle right there for our purpose. And we can go with the bevel. And see, this is cool. Not bad. Again, I don't have these settings, so this is really crazy, but it goes like this. Okay, so basically let's go now with, we can repeat this and have multiple windows if we want. I don't want that, but that's an option. Also, we have top arc. We can have like a rectangular type of window if we don't want top arc, and change the size of window however we want. We can change the curve here. So that's also an option, maybe like this for this example. Also, we can add a bottom arc if we want, or arch, or more slots like the slot for, I don't know, some other cool things, another window or door, etc. And we can go with other settings, but I don't want that. Also, we can go with some, let me show you, slots and vertical. I want maybe some horizontal and make some kind of another hole here, or maybe different door, etc. You can add these how you read this, kernels, I don't know, and make some kind of a castle wall. This is amazing. You can experiment with this a lot. I don't need it for my lighthouse. So basically for lighthouse we just need window, and let's go here to the window, and let's see, maybe I think this window is really cool like this, maybe a little bit wider and maybe a little bit taller, something like that. A quick break for the sponsor of today's episode. This video is sponsored by BenQ. As you already probably know, BenQ is making amazing monitors for professionals like graphic designers, videographers, photographers, 3D artists, content creators, etc. They also make monitors for gamers and consumers, but today we are talking about their SW and PD series for professional photographers and designers, especially their PD series that are Mac ready. That means that you only have one cable that you plug in to your MacBook laptop, and in the same time your MacBook is transferring the image to your monitor, and also your monitor is charging up your MacBook. Also on PD series that are Mac ready, there is an MBook color mode that ensures that the colors from your laptop and monitors are synchronized, so they're practically exactly the same. They have amazing sharp panels with a great color accuracy, and their new flagship PD3225U has improved black IPS display. That means that blacks are really blacks with a higher contrast ratio, 2000/1. By the way, I have a full review on that monitor. You can check it out on the link right there. All the monitors are shipped pre-calibrated, so that means that you don't need to worry about calibration straight out of the box. Every monitor has a hotkey pack that you can use to easily switch between different color space, or you can use the Display Pilot app to do the same and even more things. I'm using their monitors for a couple of years now, and I'm more than happy with them. By the way, I'm also a BenQ ambassador. That means that I really love their product. BenQ also think about our health, and they're designing their monitors to take care of our eyes, to reduce the eye strains. And from the first hand, I can say that this is really true, because I'm using the monitor from 10 to 14 hours per day, and I don't have any kind of eye fatigue, which is really, really important. If you want to know more about the monitors, check out the link down there in the description. And now let's go back to the video. Okay, now that we made this, this is a base for our lighthouse. You know that the lighthouse, I want to make it actually the lighthouse that has several windows, maybe 3 windows, but there is no option in this plugin to do this, so we need to figure it out how to do it. So let's see if I make a little bit bigger window here, just a little bit bigger for the lighthouse. Let's see how it will look. Maybe like this, or maybe, let me see, like this seems good. Okay, and now what I like to do is to go to the modifiers, add a modifier that is called Simpliform, and here is the trick. Go to the bend. I want to bend it, perfect, but I want to bend it on Z-axis, and let's go to 360 degrees. So this is really cool. Okay, so now we can see how this would look. Maybe my lighthouse part is a little bit too high, so I can just go and delete this, delete modifier, go back to the wall, and again delete wall, Shift A, mesh, extras, wall factory, and just go here to the top of the wall and make it a little bit, maybe 25, something like that. And then I go to the openings and go with a window and push it a little bit down. So maybe a little bit down, maybe a little bit on the right. Like that. Perfect. Now let's go to the modifiers, Simpliform, go to the bend, go to the Z-axis, and go 360 degrees. And this looks much better for what I like. Yeah, let's leave it like that. So also, if we want to have a bulkier, like a bigger radius here, what we can do, again, delete, Shift A, mesh, extras, wall. We just need to go here with maybe 40. And let's go again. Add deform, add a bend, Z, 360 degrees. And this is it. And this is what I like it. If you go right here at the back, you can see that this is almost perfect, but we cannot go more than 360 degrees. And we need to push this a little bit more. So how to do it? Just type it manually, 365 for example. And this is perfect. I really like it. And this is our first part. So now we need to fix this. First, I want to apply it. Okay, then go to the top. And I want to put this in the center. The origin point is currently right here where the cursor is. I want to put it in the center, because you will see now, go to the right click, set origin to geometry, and now it's in the center. Now I want to have a lighthouse that is not just straight like cylinder, I just want to have like a taper. So again, add a modifier, go to Simpliform, go to taper, perfect, and let's go to the Z, and just a little bit like that. Maybe like that. Also, what I like to do is to go to the front view by pressing 1, and I want to put this origin point all the way back down. So one of the ways to go right here to the options, origins, GZ, and move it down right here. And that's perfect. Let's go here and uncheck this and play with the taper a little bit. So this is cool. And now how to build a lighthouse. First, I want to go R, Z, and rotate the window right here. Then let's go Shift D and duplicate, GZ, move it up, move it right there, GZ a little bit there, perfect. And then just go S and scale it. Okay, perfect, like that. Let's see. Wow, already really nice. Again, I will do the same thing. Shift D to duplicate, GZ to move it up. Let's zoom it, GZ a little bit up, like here, S to scale it, and this is a cool trick to make really nice shape of the lighthouse with the windows without messing too much and create all these bricks, etc. And in that plugin, in the wall factory, we don't have an option to make these kind of windows vertically, at least. I don't know how to do it. If you know that trick, it would be awesome to share with me down there in the comments. So now I want to add some variety here. So R, Z, and rotate this one right there. Maybe R, Z, and rotate this one another side, like that. And this is really cool part of the lighthouse. And now let's just go to the select everything, Shift S and selection to cursor. Okay, we don't want that. We can merge everything together into one, but I don't want that. So basically what I want to do is, let's go to selection, cursor to selected. Okay, I want to put the cursor in the center of these. And now I want to go and make a few other things. So let's go to the circle. And I want circle to have maybe, I don't know, 16, or let's go with the 16 vertices. Okay, make it a little bit bigger. Go one and go to the top view, GZ, and move this circle up. And we want to make some kind of, you will see that part of the lighthouse where you can go around and you have a fence and stand on it. Perfect. Let's go to faces, select all, F to fill it. Perfect. Then E to extrude it up. And maybe this is enough. Maybe GZ a little bit more for our lighthouse. This looks decent. Okay, now another trick. Let's go select this one, go with Shift S and go with cursor to selected. Again, I want another circle, so mesh and circle. Make it a little bit wider. Go to the top view, just like that. Go again to the front view, G and Z, and move it somewhere here. And what I like to do now, go to the vertices and E and Z and extrude it down like that. Perfect. We have some kind of a fence here, and let's scale it a little bit like there. And also I want to go with to faces, Control R, go with 2 loop cuts, and this is it. Now, why this is important? Wherever we have these edges that we made with loop cuts and these default edges, if we go and use a modifier that is called wireframe, we will have this cool effect of a fence. So what I want here, I want a boundary on, and maybe this is already really cool. And without too much effort, we made that fence. Okay, we also need to create the upper part of that. So I will go another circle. So circle, let's GZ, move it up. Actually, let's undo a few times. Again, go to mesh, circle. This time I want 8 vertices. You will see in a moment why. If I move it up, GZ maybe a little bit more up, like that. And go to the edit, F to fill it with a face, E to extrude it down inside here. And let's see. This looks cool. Maybe a little bit higher. Actually, let's go to the object and S and scale everything. Go here, move it GZ, move it a little bit up. And this looks cool. Now what I like to do here, I want to go to the edges. I want to select Alt and Control, or Option and Command on a Mac to select the ring of these vertical edges, and go Shift B and bevel it a little bit. You will see why. So I will go like this, and then Control R and just cut it in half. It would be okay. And let's see, this looks cool. Maybe to cut it in half also here, like that. And I think this looks pretty decent for the tower. Maybe this tower should be a little bit higher, so GZ and move it a little bit up, and also maybe a little bit down like this. And also this edge I want to select by holding Alt, the whole edge, GZ, and move it up. Okay, then we can go to the faces, select this face, and go with S, scale it a little bit, maybe even more. And maybe E to extrude it up, S to scale it down, like this. I like it. Then again, E to extrude it up, E and S to scale it, E to extrude it up, E to extrude it, and S to scale it, and maybe a little bit E and S and we have something like this. Looks really cool. Whichever design you like, you can create. I will go with Control R to add a loop cut over here also, and we are done with the basic shape of the lighthouse. If you don't like something, like maybe you want to move this to certain side, so let's go right here, maybe move it a little bit to the left, G and X, and move it a little bit to the left. And also let's see, this upper part is cool. I like it. So really simple and easy trick to create a lighthouse like that, and then you can use this lighthouse and maybe turn it into really cool photo manipulation like I did here. If you want to check it out how I did it, check out the link down there in the description where I explain my Photoshop tutorials and photo manipulation tutorials on my second channel, so you will learn how I use this to create this cool photo manipulation. But we are not done here yet. I want to show you how I made these rocks. Basically, I didn't make them at all. I just got them from Polyhaven, so I went to Polyhaven right here, go to the models, and just here type rocks. And you have three rocks that are really cool. So I use this one, I use some of these, I don't remember exactly. I use this one and this one actually instead of this one, I think, and just basically drag and drop them here into the scene, and it goes like this. You can open the file that you download in the separate Blender window. You can copy the object, you can delete this, actually close it and paste it right here into this. So Control V to paste it and then scale it, and basically you have the rock. Let's go to the top view, and you can do with the rock whatever you want, put it wherever you want and make really cool scene. You can duplicate this, Shift D, duplicate several times, make it bigger, smaller, add different rocks that you can download from Polyhaven and enjoy the process. It's really cool. You don't need to make your own, but you got a point. Let me show you. Let's go here to the material tab. We can go right here and select any of these. So for example, we can select all of these and add a new material. Okay, let's go to the materials, add a new material. I will name this rocks. And you can add any kind of rock material if you want, or just any color. Dark color if you don't want to add rocks, and maybe less roughness, and so on and so forth. But also you can go to Polyhaven right here and go to textures and type rocks, and you have a bunch of different textures that you can download. And again, you can open it in another Blender version if you want, and you have this kind of window. If you go to the render preview, you will see this is the rock that I downloaded. Control C, copy object, you can go like that, and you can go back here and press Control V to paste it, move it right here. And I just want to go select this one, holding Shift, select the rock, Control or Command and L, and go link materials, and you will transfer all the material. Now we can delete this. You will transfer the materials here, but you can see how this looks. Not that good. Why? Well, because you need to unwrap this. Really an easy, cool way to unwrap this kind of object is to go to select the object, go to the faces, select all the faces, press U on a keyboard and go with the cube projection like that, and voila, you have it. Really simple and easy trick. Now what you can do is to select all of this faces, again U, cube projection, and then while this is selected, Shift select this one, Control L, link materials, and here you have it. Really cool. You can also add different materials right here. So I will go with this, add a new material named lighthouse top, for example, and we can choose some gray color. Maybe it want to be a little bit metallic, a little bit less rough, and this is cool. Also we can select this, and then lastly the material that we want to copy, Control L, link materials. We have it, and now let's add these windows. Really cool trick is to go to the faces, select all these faces that we basically cutted with the loop cuts. Perfect. Go with a new material, assign it to this, and now go with maybe IR 1.48, for example. Go with let's see, we can go with transmission if we want a little bit like that. Okay, we can go to, this is cool. We can go to render view to see actually how it looks. Let's add some kind of HDR here. So environment texture, HDR. So this one, for example. And yeah, this is cool. And you can download this Lighthouse model, the Blender project file, at my Patreon. The link is down there in the description, so you can do it whatever you want later with this, create photo manipulation, or I don't know, do whatever you want. Okay, this is really simple and easy trick to create a lighthouse or castle or brick/stone wall or whatever you want using these cool techniques. This technique can be expanded. You can extract one of the bricks, and then using geometry nodes, you can make different objects of these bricks to have more like stone look and so on and so forth, but this is more advanced. I think this was enough for this tutorial. Let me know down there in the comments what do you think about this. Did you know about this Wall Factory plugin? And see you in my next video. Bye bye.